Greg here on the third floor. I'm here with Cody Hyatt and Patrick Healy, and we're talking Outcasts. Quick disclaimer, when we filmed this, the M3 was still in open beta, so some of the details we talk about might change, but thematically everything should remain about the same. All right, Von Schill, another master that I've always thought was really, really cool. I hear he's good in 3rd edition.
He's great in 3rd edition.
Tell me about it.
So he runs like a military organization.
Okay.
You can tell he's kind of a mercenary, so they're hard-hitting, they're efficient, and they're very supportive.
Okay.
So,
yeah, he fits the theme in that he's an exceptional generalist. He's going to bring the tools to the job for whatever you're facing. One of the big theme aspects of all of the models in his crew is he's bringing a lot of armor.
Okay.
So he's going to have some beaters that have armor 2. He has armor 1. And so you're going to need some tech to get through all of that defensive tools.
Now, you talk about him being supportive, though. So what kind of support does he bring to the crew?
his signature ability probably is his equipment upgrades.
Okay.
So it's a set of 5 different Plentiful 2 upgrades that he can hand out to his models.
So potentially 10.
10, yes.
10
and
total,
he gets there's a trigger on one of his, so his upgrade that attaches it, a side attach an equipment upgrade, pushes the model, and then with triggers can give them focus, can heal them, he can just take the action again. So technically he could hand out 6 equipment upgrades in a turn if you stone for it.
Wow, so you got the benefits of when it's attached, but obviously once the model has that equipment upgrade, what kind of stuff do they get?
They typically give you an ability or an action, and then a bonus action of some kind.
Interesting. And any restrictions? Can that be put on minions, henchmen, enforcers?
Any minion or Freikorps model.
Yeah,
non-beast minion and Freikorps models.
Cool.
And he's also adding to the support element. He has an aura that models within 6 can take the concentrate action as a quick action.
That's a big
if they
deal.
pitch a card.
Pitch a card, concentrate.
He's bringing some good guns, so they're probably going to be shooting focused shots at you turn
And then
1.
anytime when we get to his models, you'll see anytime he heals +1.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he's armor.
Yeah.
He reduces shockwave, blast, and pulse damage by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just tough. Tough old man.
So he's supporting, he's throwing out equipment as the different people in his Freikorps group need it. Is he doing damage?
He can.
Okay.
So he's got a decent melee attack, but it's got a very interesting trigger called Pull.
Okay.
I share it with another model in his fat crew as well, but basically what Pull says is place the target within 5 inches of him, not engaged with him.
Ooh, okay.
And then another friendly model in line of sight can take a gun action, a projectile attack against it. Okay. So it's literally skeet shooting. He throws you and yells pull, and somebody else in the crew fires away at you.
Interesting. And he's got a gun. Is his gun
It's
decent?
clockwork rifle. It's a shoot 6.
It's range 14.
Range 14.
Yeah. So turn 1, he's handing out some upgrades. Turn 2, he's raining down that 14, and then he's pulling models off of everything that runs into engage his models.
Somebody runs his gun line, he throws it back out, takes some shots again.
Cool. That's cool. How about his steam trunk, his totem? Is that what's that doing for him?
Hands out totems. Hands out equipment.
Hands out more upgrades. Yeah. It lets him shuffle when the upgrades come off, and then it can heal and remove conditions like poison and burning as well.
Oh wow, that's useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great little. Now it's armor 2, but it's only 3 wounds.
Right.
So it's effectively 3 hits and it's dead.
Yep. But kind of thematically tied to what Von Schill's doing.
Yes.
Just kind of Von Schill 1.1 or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like just a little extra armory.
Very cool.
It's really hard to quantify how strong those upgrades are just at face value, because they are going to change depending on the scheme pool, and that's what makes him really deep, I think.
So they have the right tools for the right jobs. So do I need a defensive upgrade? I take it.
Do I need to get to that corner?
Do I need a better gun?
Scheme? Bring rocket boots.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
Do I want to stop him coming at me? I'm going to throw down a minefield in front of him.
And I would imagine that versatility is not only useful depending on what the pool you're facing, but also mid-game, right? So that the table state is a certain state, you have 5 upgrades that you can kind of shuffle through and say, you know what, perfect. Yep. And I would imagine you can't just gauge the upgrade. You have to think about the upgrade on another model.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm sure certain upgrades are going to have a bigger impact on the model.
You give his melee, you give one of the melee beaters rocket boots, so it's plus the damage when it charges.
Right.
That's scary. Cool.
That's cool. Plus, it's a cool name, Rocket Boots.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, that's Von Schill. Okay, so Von Schill is really adding a lot of versatility, right, to the crew itself. Talk to me about the Freikorps crew. If I'm looking at a Freikorps crew on the other side of the table, what models do I expect to see?
Lazarus.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of an elite crew, probably. He's got a bunch of Freikorps minions, but he's got some really good Enforcer henchmen, and I think that's the way you're going to really see him, is this elite kind of personalities behind him, like his generals almost.
And it sounds like he has a lot of options among those elites. So let's talk about Lazarus first.
Okay, so Lazarus is the big Freikorps robot. First thing looking at him right away, he's armor 2. He provides cover to nearby models.
Nice.
And he cannot be moved by enemy actions.
That's a big deal.
Huge.
So Zip can't move him, for example.
Right.
And then he's got his grenade launcher. It's a 10-inch gun shockwave, but doesn't need line of sight.
Ugh.
And it's a move 13 shockwave pulse 2 that does, or def 13, sorry, that does 3 damage.
All right, min 3 shockwave.
It's just 3 shockwave. It's just 3 damage shockwave.
Oh.
Yeah.
On a def 13. So most models need an 8.
Wow.
It's going to destroy your hand.
And remember the pull ability?
Damage.
Yeah.
Von Schill throws you out. That's a projectile action. Lazarus launches grenade at you.
Interesting.
And that's a place, so he's probably going to place you near another model, so you're taking 2 duels. And even if you pass, it's just stripping your hand down.
Unbelievable.
And then Lazarus gets below half wounds. His grit ability, he now treats that as a bonus action. So 3 grenade launchers coming out of turn.
That's crazy.
It's brutal.
What are some other big ones that you're going to see?
We should talk about Hannah.
Yeah.
Hannah's great. First of all, she has Arcane Reservoir. That's never bad.
It's always good.
Extra card.
Yeah. She has counter spells, so she can add. You can have you pitch for adding.
Yeah, pitch for triggers. So
sorry.
All models. So counterspell now is the way it works. It's an aura, 6-inch aura around a model. Please, that Hannah's on a large base.
Yep.
If you're going to declare a trigger within 6 inches of her, you have to pitch a card first.
Got it.
Even if it's built in. So it's a nice little tax ability. And then she has something called Siphon Power. So whenever she goes to declare an action, she can damage a model nearby for 1 irreducible damage to add to add a suit of her choice to her abilities.
That's big.
Yeah, and her quick action is probably one of the cooler things about her.
It's very cool.
That she can take a tactical action from another model in the crew.
Okay.
And one of the models we're going to get to in a bit is probably one of the prime candidates for that, in that she could take an action from Eric to sort of add to her punching, add to her shooting. Yep. She can be really versatile.
She becomes a 3/5/7 melee model.
Yeah, and again, kind of in a different way, but like Von Schill, depending on what the needs are, she can.
She's very adaptive. It's actually called adaptive tactics.
Very.
Even though it's a bonus action, she can steal a bonus action and take it.
Cool. So you mentioned Hannah's going to be stealing from Eric. Talk to me about Eric.
So Eric Schottheimer is another henchman. He's 8 wounds, armor 2. So he's just hard to take down.
Yeah.
He is mainly a melee beater.
Okay.
He has diving charge, just like Von Schill does, so he can charge while he's engaged. If he's hit with a blast, a shockwave, or a pulse effect, he can pitch a card, and instead of taking damage, he gains focus.
Oh, okay. Well, just want to say, so like it sounds like Eric and Hannah, you may not take both of them, but they're different tech picks, right? So the counter spell that you're seeing with
You take both of them.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Because on the back of Eric's card, aside from his normal 2/4/6 damage, which is really good anyway, he's got a decent little 8-inch ignoring line of sight shockwave.
Nice.
But his bonus action is called Charged Up. It has no flip. It just goes off, so there's no black jokering.
Right.
And talking about choosing the right tools for the job, he can increase his melee damage. He can make it so if you melee him, you take 1 damage back. Or he can increase the value of his shockwaves. Means they also then give out distracted.
Oh, wow.
Please note, Hannah can steal at least the first 2. So Hannah can't put out shockwaves, but Hannah can steal the other 2.
Got it.
So they actually synergize very well with each other. Because then you get 2 men, 3 beaters.
But it sounds like things might start getting expensive, though, right?
It will be a very expensive crew.
Gotcha.
One thing we have to talk about on Eric is he has gravity well, so enemy models cannot place within 6 of him unless it's due to one of your abilities. So that really can be a nice tech piece against, flight models.
Yep.
They have to go back to normal walking to get in there.
Yep. And we know who the master is going to be.
Yeah.
So deciding, what to bring into your Freikorps crew, and again, with the versatility, you've got some of that flexibility. Any other important models? I know the librarian's Freikorps.
Yeah, the librarian is a great model for his crew because while they're tanky, they're still going to take damage. The librarian is just an amazing healing model.
Oh, it's a healer. Okay.
Yes, mainly. She has a decent attack. She has the same cast attack Hannah has. It's a decent little 2/4/5 damage attack that can add blasts, or it can add tomes.
Okay.
But she has the same ability Hannah has. She can ping a model within 4 inches when she declares an action for 1 irreducible damage to add a suit of her choice.
Gotcha.
And then her healing attack, or her healing heals for 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But on a tome, pulses out healing to friendlies nearby for 1 point of healing. Von Schill, that's 2.
Yep.
And so you ping a model for 1, then that pulse heal hits it back. You basically got a free tome built in.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, you got a bunch of other Freikorps model minions out there. I would assume, depending on the pool, depending on who you're up against, that's going to help
I feel
decide.
like they're more strategy picks at that point.
Are they? Okay.
Constructs, you might take an engineer. They need corpses or a lot of ski markers. You might take a Draken Trooper, which is the flamethrowers.
Gotcha.
Because they can remove those markers and they can put out some burning.
They have some condition removal too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if that helps.
Scouts are from the shadows.
That's going to be
So
good.
they're a nice little from the shadow, 14-inch gun. That's never bad.
Is there any non-Freikorps models that you're going to be looking at? Any other outcasts that you might take?
It's going to be hard because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
One shout out for the Midnight Stalker again, because he is getting the keyword Freikorps when he's out of LOS of
Von Schill.
So the Steam Trunk can give him upgrades. So he
that's
can go
gonna be
around
nice.
shooting rocket launchers, or
That will be hard to pull though, just because it's going to be near Von Schill. Von Schill kind of bubbles.
Right.
But if it happens to happen for some reason,
Sure.
boom. And he's a decent little schemer that runs off on his own anyway.
And I would assume that maybe potentially something you could set up turn 1, right?
Yeah.
With right placement, you just
Right
get
placement,
the Midnight Stalker what he needs and then send him off. So very, very cool. All right, that's Von Schill and the Freikorps.